we're going to model a doohickey, or whatchamacallit, using SketchUp. Alright, let's begin. I think I'm going to change my style today. I think I'm going to go with a nice dark theme. It's called Red Brick. Ah, there we go. I like that. Let's try that. Let's try that for today. Remove our person. There we go. Now I'm going to insert the image that I found off of the internet. I know it's on my computer. I've saved it to my desktop. Let's see. Oh, where did I save it? Oh, yes, brackets. I called it bracket. Bracket 3. Let's begin. Click on Image. It's a JPEG file. There we go. You know I like to snap to the origin. Alright, that's probably good. Alright, now I'm going to change the way I see the picture. So I'm going to go to Scenes. Okay, here we will work with this angle. Alright. Now I am going to explode the image. Don't forget to explode it. Alright. This is probably also a good time to do some saving. I will call this bracket 9000. I will choose my engineering folder. Oh, a file already exists. Well, I must enter a new name. How about bracket 8000? Let's try that. Oh, it worked. Okay, very good, very good. Now we are going to resize our image. Notice that this picture is not as detailed or as accurate as some of the others, but I would like to eventually 3D print this, so I am going to create this distance between these 2 points as 400 millimeters. Click OK. Yes, I would like to resize. All right. Now we are ready to do some cropping to make our cage. Okay, I'm back. So, we're going to make the cage. Let's see, I'm going to bring up my line tool, hotkey L. All right. I'm going to bring this down here. Let's move over just a little bit. I'm actually going to keep this picture as a reference. All right, notice how this line is lined up here with this line. I'm going to try to maintain those proportions. Let's see. That will probably work. All right. Going to come over here like this. I like that. There we go. What else? Let's see. Come over here. Now I don't need these. Let's see. I don't think I need the labels. It might distract me. All right. All right. I like that. All righty. Let's see if I can remove some of these extra pieces. Alrighty, that works. That looks good. Let me bring up my eraser. All right. Now, I think I should do some grouping before I forget. Let's see, I'll make this a group. I will make this a group. Oh, I forgot to remove this part down here. I don't need those labels. All right, I'll make this a group. Oh, hold on. Let me trim this down just a bit. All right. There we go. I'm sure there's other ways to do this, maybe more efficient ways, but this works. Make group. Okay, here we go. Now let's do a little orbit so we can get some new perspective. Alrighty. Let me pan over. I think I'm going to move this one out of the way. Don't actually need him. This guy is more for reference purposes. All right. Let's see, which one do I want to put as my top view? Probably this one right here. So I'm going to move this guy to the origin. Snap him into place. There we go. Alrighty. Sometimes it's good to pause and think ahead as to how you want to tackle the problem. Alright. Alright. I know that I want to rotate this picture right here. I think I will hit hotkey Q. I want to rotate around the red axis. So I will hit the right arrow button on my keyboard. Let's see if I can. There we go. Snap it on the blue axis. Now I'm going to move this picture over here, snap it to the origin, just like that. Now let's see if we can push it back. Push it back. There we go. There we go. And I don't need it right up against the other picture, so I will click right there. All right. Let's remove this extra piece here. And let's rotate this one as well, just like we did. See if I can snap it on the blue axis. There we go. That worked. All right, now I'm going to move him over, snap him on the origin, just like I did before. And now I want to rotate it around the blue axis. So let's give that a try. I will click here. Oops, let me try that one more time. There we go. Ah, now it's working. All right, snap it along the green. Okay. Now, that looks good. I think I want to push this one back just a little bit. There we go. Ah, that works. We have 3 different views for which we can use to model our doohickey. All right. Let's create some views that we can use to transition quickly. Going to my scene window is already open. So let's see what happens when I click this view right here. Oh, there we go. I like that. Notice how I can still see the other images. That might make it difficult for me. So I'm going to turn on parallel projection by clicking this button right here. All right. Let me zoom in just a little bit. I like the size of this. Okay. So I'm going to add a scene. Click on the plus sign. I will call this top. Alrighty. That works. Let's see what happens when I click this button right here. Oh, okay. That works. I prefer it to be facing the other way, though. It's just a personal preference. So that works. All right. I will call this scene front. Alrighty. Let's try another view. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm going to call this side view. Side. All right. And here we have another view. This is the one that I will call front. All righty. Let me add the scene here. I will call this front. All right. And then, of course, it's important to have one more at an angle. I will call this ISO. All right. And I will adjust the transition time to 0.5. All right, let's test this transition. Let's see, I'll click top. There we have a nice top view. I will click side. Nice front view. And the isometric view. Okay, now I have to think where I want to start. starting point can really be whatever you want. I'd like to start from the top view. All right, so I am going to outline this section here. I could use the rectangle tool if I want. I could use the line tool. I think I will try the rectangle tool. All right. That looks good. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to push-pull. In order to do this, I might want to orbit just a little bit. Now, as you can see here, I'm not quite sure how far to go, so I want to click on my scene of the side, and I can see that it needs to go about this high. I like that. Alrighty, and then I'm going to orbit to see underneath. I'm going to push-pull up a bit. At the same time, I'm going to click side. And here I can see that I need to bring it up about right here. All right. I like that. That looks good. Now, what about this area right in here? Well, I can bring this out, and I think that I will use the push-pull along with control, because I would like to create an additional face. So notice when I hit control, the little plus sign comes up, and it's coming out. I'm not sure how far to bring it, so I'm going to click side, and it looks like I want to bring it about right there. Remember, you can always adjust this later, but I think that will work. All right. What should I tackle next? Well, again, I think I want to extend this face upward. And maybe I want to make a new face, so I will once again hit Control. Bring it up. Click on the side button. That way I can see where to bring it to. Probably right about there. That looks good. Okay. Now, making progress. All right. But one thing I notice is this nice sweeping arc right here. I need to make that. What is the best way to tackle that problem? All right, I think I'm going to look at the picture behind it and notice that there is a line here and a line here. So let me create a guide coming down to match the line. And I will do, let's see, I will do the same thing down here. All right. And that way I can use the arc tool to create this sweeping movement. I will pull up A for arc tool, hotkey A. There's an intersection point. And I will come down to the other intersection point. I will click. All right. Let's see. Paying attention to my inference labels. Tangent to edge. Ah, there we go. That looks good. Let's orbit just a little bit. All right, interesting. Now, how do I fill in the rest of this area? Well, let's try the push-pull tool. Okay. Push-pull. Oh, there we go. That looks good. All right. I like that. Let's do a little bit of cleanup. I don't think I need these guidelines anymore. All right. That looks good. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the side view. Now I just realized that maybe I should have left those guidelines, so I can always do a Control Z. Ah, there it goes. It's back. One more. Now, maybe you could tell me why I should have left the guidelines. Okay, well, what I'm thinking is that I can use those guidelines to pinpoint this point right here and the one down here, and then I can use those 2 points in conjunction with the arc tool to create the sweeping movement. Now you can't see that sweeping movement, so what I will do is I will come over to the hourglass here, or the magnifying glass, and I will type X for X-ray. And then notice there's this toggle switch. I can click on it. And then I have X-ray vision, and I can see through the object that I'm modeling. There is the sweeping arc that I was referring to. So I will pull up the arc tool. I will click here at the intersection. I will come down and click at the other intersection. There we go. And now I can lay down the sweeping motion that I'm looking for. Let's try this. All right. Now we might be able to do a push-pull. Let's take a look at that one more time. I might have to do a bit of cleanup first. So let me erase this line here and this line here. Now let me try the push-pull. There we go. That works. I'm going to go all the way to the back, and I'm going to click. I think I needed to do some cleanup on the other side. Let me Control Z that first. Come around. See if I can squeeze in here. Oh, maybe not. What am I missing? Let's try that push-pull one more time. Oh yes, I can see some cleanup needed. Maybe I can, there we go. All right. That looks good. Okay. Let's look at the X-ray one more time. All right. I like it. Seems to match up. All right. Now, what will we tackle next? Well, I notice that if we click on the front view, let's bring back our X-ray mode. I can see that we need to create a circle here. Now, I am noticing that I seem to be off just a little bit right here. I'm not sure if that's going to, how that's going to affect me. And actually, maybe it won't too much, because I know that Yes, I can take advantage of centering. Let me try that. All right, I'm going to, nope, front view. Let's see. Let me turn off X-ray mode. Okay. Let me create a guide. Well, yeah, let me try to create a guideline. There we go. A centering guideline. Well, let's see. Let me create an actual line here. All right. And let me create an actual line here. All right. So, I've created centering lines. Now I'm going to go back to X-ray. All right. Maybe I should try to move this over just a little bit. There we go. There we go. I think it's probably important that I take the time to make the adjustment. All right. All right. Now we can create a circle. Hotkey C. There we are. Probably about right there. Now, I want to make sure that when I'm creating the circle, notice my radius. It's good practice to line that radius along one of the axes that are there. Otherwise, your circle can be somewhat skewed. Remember, it's not really a circle. It's more repeated line segments. Okay. So, there we go. All right. All right. All right, now that I'm in X-ray mode still, notice that if I go to the top view, I can actually see how far that circle that I created needs to be pushed in. Okay, so I'm going to go back slightly. I think I can remove these lines real quick. Oops, Control Z, that's okay. All right. I'm going to push pull. And while I'm push pulling, I will click top so I can see. I'm going to go to right there. All right. Now, let me turn off X-ray mode so you can see better. All right. Now you can see what I have done. I have not gone all the way through. I have only gone inward enough to match this dotted line right here. Okay. Now, these lines here might be confusing, so I will remove them. All right. Now, let's try. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. I probably should have created another circle on the other side first before I did this push-pull. Yes. Let me back up. Let me Control Z. All right. I will go ahead and I will remove these lines now. I don't need them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my circle, and then I'm going to hit the hotkey M along with Control, because I want to create a copy of the circle on the other side. Control. Now this might seem awkward, but I'm going to push it through. There it is, Okay. I'm going to orbit just so I can see the other side. Oops. Something happened. I accidentally deleted that face. Wonder how I did that. Oh, that's not good. Escape. Let me try a quick fix here. Just a quick fix. That did not work. Oh, I throw my hands up in the air. I throw them up in the air. Let's see. What did I do? Control Z. I deleted something by mistake. Don't get frustrated. Ooh, I did a series of Control Z's until it came back. All right. Sometimes you just have to slow down and throw your hands up in the air. Sometimes you just have to pause. And throw your hands up in the air. And you figure it out. All right, so where was I? I'm going to select the circle. I'm going to hit move along with control to create another circle on the other side. Just like that. Click. All right, you will see why I did that in just a minute. Okay, let's just try that again. Now, I want to select this. I want to push-pull this inward this far. Okay, I might have to turn on X-ray mode to do that. All right, let's see. Push-pull. All right, click on side. What happened? Throw your hands up in the air. Okay, let's turn on X-ray again. There we go. All right. I can see. There we go. That looks good. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Going to hit push-pull. I'm going to come in. How far do I want to come in? I want to come in that far. Click. All right. Now, hopefully you can see that. Now I will try to stay in X-ray mode. It might toggle me off, but we'll see. I'm going to click on front view. All right. Yes, it did toggle me off. X-ray. All right, now I'm going to create another smaller circle. I probably should have kept those guidelines. So I'm going to eyeball this. But that's okay. Doesn't need to be perfect. There we go. Now I can push this all the way through, I think. I think I can do that. All right. I know there's a button over here for X-ray mode, so that I wouldn't have to keep doing this. But I'm not going to look for it right now. Push-pull. All the way through. There we go. Oh, that looks good. All right. All right, so where do we go from here? Well, I think this would be a good time to create this sweeping motion across the top. So let's go to front view. Let's turn on X-ray. Alrighty. Now I'm going to, I probably should create a guideline. Come down here. Create another guideline. Alright. Now I will bring up the arc tool. Click here. And zoom in. I'm looking for that intersection label. I don't see it. I might have to do a fix on this. I don't know. I will try it. Let's try it. Let's see. Let's see. That looks about right. Let's go ahead and match things up over here on the other side. Oh, on face. I like that. You know, I think I made a mistake on the other side. Let's try that one more time. I want to make sure it's tangent to the edge. Make sure you see that tangent on the edge inference label. Otherwise, you might have trouble. I don't think I had it before. All right, let's try that. Let's try that. Let me turn off X-ray. All right. Hopefully, cross your fingers. Maybe I can push-pull. Oh, there we go. Let's try and do a push-pull over here. There we go. Now it's coming along. Notice it matches a reference picture over here. Alrighty. That looks good. Okay. Where do we go from here? Well, I think we need to create this pattern right here. So, how will we tackle that? Let's see. Let's click on top view this time. Oh, that brought me back into X-ray mode. How convenient. All right. So, how will we tackle this? Well, we could throw our hands up in the air. No, I don't think we'll do that. I think I'll create some guidelines. Let's try to create some guidelines here. Let's match it up to this line here. Let's come down here and do the same thing. All right, that looks good. Now let's create a guideline that meets this line right here. Oh, the midpoint. All right. And let's create one more guideline that matches up to these two lines right here. Okay. Now this line right here is significant, so yes, let's create a guideline to match that. And let's come down here, do the same thing. All right. We're all lined up, so how do we want to tackle this? Well, let's see. Let's pull up the line tool. Let's create solid line here. Let's do the same here. Nice solid line going across. Okay. Now, I think I could use my arc tool. Hotkey A. I'm going to click this point. And I'm going to come down to this point. All right. On red axis. I see that label. Let's try it. Let's try that. There we go. All right. Now I think I need to create this arc right here. Use your labels. Click. Click. Looking for some tangent. There we go. Tangent. Let's try that. All right. And let's do the same down here. Click. Click. I see a tangent. We'll give that a try. Let's look at it from the side. Oh, in doing so, I think oh, look at that. Look at all that curvature right there. Yes, I did make a mistake somewhere. Not to worry. We can always Control Z it. All right, let's do some Control Z because we saw that I did make a mistake. Looked like some of those guidelines were off. Let's take a look here. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Those guidelines were skewed. They were skewed. Oh, I better throw my hands up in the air. But I won't do that right now. It's probably driving you crazy. All right. Let's just back up. Start over. Patience. All right. Maybe I should, let's see, bring up an inference. Let's do the same down here. Let's check these. Let's check. Okay, I have achieved them. I have achieved success there. This guideline might be confusing me. Let me remove it. Okay, those two are laid down correctly. I can see that. All right. Let's bring it back up our guidelines. All right. Another one. There we go. Two more. And one more. All right. Now let's look from the side so that we can see. Oh, that's better. Much better. All right. Now let's lay down some solid lines. Okay. Let's do the same here. All right. Let's bring up the arc tool. Ooh, half circle. Let's go ahead and check this. Let's orbit to the side. All right, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Now, we need to create this sweeping arc pattern right here. Click. And click. Tangent at vertex. All right, let's try the same thing down here. Tangent. All right, let's take a look from the side. There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay. Now let me turn off X-ray mode. All right. Now I know that I should probably... Well, you know what? Let's test the push-pull. Let's test it. Oh. Oh, there we go. I like that. Oh. Oh, well. Well. Have we achieved success? Let's take a little spin. All right, we have this nice pattern right here. Looks like maybe it is for some sort of bearing. Maybe the same for the other side. All right, we have the nice shape here. Let me remove some of these. There we go. Maybe we should do a little cleanup. Let's try that. Hopefully it doesn't remove anything. Let's clean up here. All right. Let's do some cleanup on the other side. See if we can squeeze in here. All right. Well, I think we might be finished. Looks really good. See if we can compare it to our whatchamacallit. Yes, it looks very similar. Very similar indeed. Well, maybe we should 3D print. All right. Thank you for tuning in, boys and girls.